There is a very specific kind of silence that surrounds the strong one in any group. You know this silence well. It is the quiet that settles when you are the one having the terrible day. You are so used to being the anchor, the rock, the person who holds it all together for everyone else. But when the ground shakes beneath your own feet, you look around and find that no one is rushing to steady you. It is not necessarily because they do not care. It is because they have forgotten that you too can fall. They have become so accustomed to your strength that they cannot imagine your fragility. And in that silence, you feel a profound, aching loneliness that is hard to name. You might be the person who always answers the phone on the first ring. You are the one who knows exactly what to say when a friend is going through a breakup. You are the one who organizes the plans, remembers the birthdays, and carries the emotional load of your family. You have curated a reputation for being unbreakable. But late at night, when the performance is over, you might wonder why being so capable feels so much like being abandoned. If this resonates with you, I want you to know that this exhaustion is real. It is not a sign that you are selfish for wanting support. It is a sign that you have been carrying a weight that was never meant for one pair of shoulders. Let us give this state a name. We can call it functional loneliness. It is a strange paradox where you can be surrounded by people, constantly engaged in conversation, and deeply involved in the lives of others, yet feel completely unseen yourself. You are functional in the sense that you are operating at a high level, you are getting things done, you are showing up. But you are lonely because the connection is flowing in only one direction. You are pouring out, but you are not letting anything in. This dynamic often stems from a learned behavior called hyper-independence. This is not just being good at handling things on your own. It is a defense mechanism. At some point in your history, you likely learned a difficult lesson. You learned that relying on others was unsafe, or unreliable, or simply too risky. Perhaps you had caregivers who were emotionally unavailable, forcing you to become your own parent. Or perhaps you were praised excessively for being low maintenance and easy. You internalized the idea that your value lies in your lack of needs. You learned that to be loved, you had to be strong. Being the therapist friend feels safe because it grants you control. When you are the one listening, you are in charge of the narrative. You are the helper, not the helpless. This position protects you from the terrifying vulnerability of being seen in your messiness. If you never ask for help, no one can ever reject you. If you never show your wounds, no one can ever use them against you. It is a perfect fortress. But the problem with a fortress is that while it keeps pain out, it also keeps love out. When you refuse to be vulnerable, you unintentionally deny the people in your life the opportunity to love you. Think about how good it feels when you help a friend. Think about the warmth you feel when you can support someone you care about. When you hide your struggles, you are withholding that experience from them. You are blocking the reciprocity that is the heartbeat of true intimacy. You are creating a relationship dynamic where you are the parent and they are the child, rather than two equals walking side by side. This manifests in subtle ways in your daily life. You might find yourself deflecting questions about how you are doing with a quick, "I'm fine, just tired." You might feel a spike of irritation when someone tries to help you with a simple task, like doing the dishes, because it feels like an infringement on your competence. You might resent your friends for taking so much from you, even though you have never actually asked them to give anything back. You are trapped in a script you wrote yourself, waiting for someone else to change the lines. It is time to reframe what vulnerability actually means. We often view it as a burden we place on others. We think, I don't want to bother them with my problems. But vulnerability is not a burden. It is an invitation. It is an invitation for someone to know the real you, not just the curated strong version of you. It is an admission that you are human, which gives everyone else permission to be human too. Your strength is impressive, but your vulnerability is what makes you lovable. Strength commands respect, but openness invites connection. There is a myth that says if you start asking for help, you will become weak. You fear that if you open the floodgates, you will drown in your own needs and become a burden to everyone. But this is the black and white thinking of the defense mechanism. The reality is that there is a vast middle ground between being a fortress and being a puddle. You can be capable and still need a hand. You can be wise and still need advice. You can be the strong one and still need a shoulder to cry on. These things are not mutually exclusive. So how do we begin to dismantle the fortress brick by brick? We do not do it with a wrecking ball. That would be too terrifying. We do it with small, safe experiments. You can start with safe practices that feel manageable. The next time someone asks how you are, and you are not fine, try offering just 10% more truth. Instead of, "I'm good," try, "I'm actually feeling a bit overwhelmed today, but I'll get through it." You do not have to dump your entire trauma on them. Just crack the door open a tiny bit. Watch what happens. Most likely, the world will not end. The other person might simply nod and say, "Me too." You can also practice a very simple phrase. It is a phrase that might taste foreign in your mouth, but it is powerful. The phrase is, "I could use some support with this." It does not have to be a big emotional crisis. It could be asking someone to pick up milk or asking a colleague to proofread an email. You are training your nervous system to tolerate the sensation of receiving. You are teaching yourself that it is safe to lean, even just a little bit. Another helpful practice is to look at your relationships and identify the people who have shown capacity. Not everyone deserves your vulnerability. Start with the friends who have proven they can listen. Test the waters with them. You are not looking for someone to fix your problems. You are simply looking for someone to witness them. The goal is not to have someone else carry your load for you, but to have someone walk beside you while you carry it. Imagine what it would feel like to put down the heavy shield you have been carrying for so many years. Imagine the relief of sitting across from a friend and saying, "I don't have the answer today." Imagine the freedom of being loved not for what you do, but for who you are. You have spent so much time being the lighthouse for everyone else. It is okay to let someone else tend the fire for a while. It is okay to let yourself be found in the dark. What if your needs are not a flaw in your design, but the very thing that connects you to the rest of humanity? How would it feel to trust that you are held, even when your own hands are empty? You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to be soft. And you are allowed to be the one who is taken care of.